Yep. I'm so stupid, y'all. I'm so stupid. Yesterday. Okay, so I set up a live. I went live for 1 hour. I was talking for 1 hour and I forgot to put myself on stage. So nobody heard anything I said. And people were in the building. Nobody told me they couldn't hear me. So I'm gonna just redo the live. It's okay. I will redo the live. So it's crazy. So the purpose of the live yesterday, which is what I'm going to do today, is to talk about what's going on with LeBron James. We all know about him, quote unquote, telling the Lakers he won't be back, but we have to look at the media and their role in trying to tell the story of why it didn't work out. That's what I'm here for. So I'm going to break down a couple of videos by Rich Paul, and I'm also going to delve into this ESPN article that was written by Dave McMenamin and just kind of break down how the media just manipulates everything in favor of LeBron James. Right now, I don't think it's that big of a deal because if you've been following LeBron James' career, he likes to control the narrative. So I get it. I'm not even mad at it. But it's just so blatantly obvious that I just have to point it out. That's all it is. It's not that big of a deal. But when I see BS, just like I said in my previous live, when I see BS, I'm gonna just call out the BS. That's all. That's it. That's all. So, like I said, the first order of business is I'm gonna play this Rich Paul video. In the video, he's talking to Max Kellerman and explaining why he chose to leave the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm gonna play that video. There's another Rich Paul video that actually just dropped today. I might get to it, I might not, but he basically he has LeBron on a whiteboard and is basically saying these are the teams that LeBron is looking at. Now, that is so fascinating to me because why? Okay, let me stop. Why is Rich Paul doing this? Like, why is he basically putting it out in the open? These are the teams LeBron is looking at. Like, they act like they have so much control over the situation. A 42-year-old LeBron does not have that much control. I'm sorry, he can't. We appreciate what you did in the past, but unfortunately, I don't think you're running things like you think you're running things. In actuality, the NBA they've moved on. You need the NBA more than the NBA needs you. Those are facts. So it's just interesting to see like how everything is being played out. So I think I'm gonna get to that. Rich Paul, it literally just dropped today. So I might get to it, but the bulk of this live, I have to talk about the media manipulation. I have to discuss it. I can't ignore it. So first order of business, we're going to watch this Rich Paul video. I'm going to set it up right now. It's Rich Paul and Max Kellerman, and he's basically talking about why LeBron chose to leave. Um, Hold up, let me set it all up. If you once you enter the building, please just do me a favor, hit the like button for me. That's all I'm asking for. You come in, hit the like button. Oh, hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that. So I saved it. Uh, it's J Banfo underscore. Hold on, let me set this up. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Um, this is that we got to break down because he said a lot of things I just don't agree with. So I'm setting it up right now. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me set it up. Okay, I got it. Okay, I got it. Let me share this screen with you guys. Add to stage. Okay, so we got it set up. This is the first Rich Paul video I'm going to be breaking down. So it's him and Max Kellerman. I think this dropped yesterday, 2 days ago, but it was just a lot of this. It's a lot going on with this video. So I'm gonna start it and I'm gonna stop it because I gotta just debunk everything he's talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna play it right now.
About best fit, obviously he's always been a max player, so that's always been the team had to have max cap space, so on and so. And we haven't been here much, right? But for this particular time, Max was a lot different. And I asked him, I said, listen, this is going into year 24. You don't owe anybody anything, right? You've accomplished more than any player has ever accomplished. You got a record, all the stuff. Let's find one foundational thing to build off of. And if I asked you that, what would
I'm gonna stop it right there. Rich Paul said he told LeBron James, "Hey, you've accomplished everything. You have all the records. You won the championships. You have it all." His next question to LeBron James should have been, "Hey, LeBron, have you considered just retiring?" Like they don't even want to have the discussion of retirement. It's not even on the table. And that confuses me. It confuses me because in my opinion, I think that is the best thing LeBron James could do at this very moment. At this very moment, LeBron James should have announced his retirement because of what he just said. You've accomplished everything. You're 42 years old. What more can you do? What more can you do? I have to stop it right there because that the first thing that come to my mind is, okay, you just told LeBron he's accomplished everything and he still wants to play the game of basketball at 42 years old. Like that's not crazy to you. So I'm gonna keep playing it.
need to answer now, but let's just try to find that. And so he said, okay, fine. Took a day or so and he called me back. He said, okay, man, you know what? I just want to have complete happiness. And I said, great, let's start there. And talked about, what does it actually mean? It could go either way. Happiness is, it's not like you getting a box of chocolates on Valentine's Day. Like, what do you describe it as such? And so as we're going,
Let me stop it there. The man wanted complete happiness, meaning he wasn't happy playing in Los Angeles. So you got to ask yourself, why was LeBron James not happy playing in Los Angeles? He went from his hometown, Cleveland. He wanted to come to Los Angeles 8 years ago, I believe. He chose to come to Los Angeles. He won a championship in Los Angeles. He did that. The Los Angeles Lakers were able to acquire Luka Doncic, a top 3 player in the NBA. And you wasn't happy playing with Luka? Basically, that's what you're saying. Why weren't you happy? I don't believe it. I don't believe none of this shit. I can't believe it. You playing in LA, you playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. You brought a championship to the Los Angeles Lakers, a bubble championship, but you brought a championship. You're still playing at a high level. I just looked up your stats for last year. You put up 26-7. That's unheard of for somebody 42 years of age. And the ultimate thing is you were able to play with your son, Bronny James Jr. What the hell are you talking about? What? That's why I don't believe none of this shit. I don't believe it. I see right through it. You were able to play with your son. The Los Angeles Lakers drafted your son to make you happy. And Rich Paul just said you guys were having a conversation and he just want to find happiness. You does that make any sense? Somebody tell me, am I crazy? Does that make any sense? Y'all can't believe the things he's saying because it doesn't make any sense. Do you think this conversation is real? Do you think these guys really had this conversation about I just want to find happiness? What's happiness? I think he's gonna talk about what he means is happiness. But if playing in Los Angeles, playing with Luka Doncic, playing with your son for 2 seasons, if that's not happiness, bro, retire. Retire. You don't owe anybody anything else. You gave your blood, sweat, and tears to the game of basketball for 23 years. Thank you. I promise you, I thank you for that. I am a witness. We're all witnesses. Chosen one. You were the chosen one. Top 5 player of all time. And you still talking about happiness? I thought playing with your son was going to be the most happiest you've ever played. The biggest accomplishment. The Lakers did that for you. I don't get it. It's confusing to me. And it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I'm sorry.
Going through it, we got to a place where happiness. Okay, so if it's about happiness, then it can't be about money. If it's about happiness, because if it's the most money, then it's not necessarily the most happiness, etc. So we kind of got there, and so where we landed was this is not about money. Obviously, this is the premise of, and this will be based on whatever I choose to do when I choose to do it, how I want to do it. I said, okay, great. And I said, okay, so where are you right now? Give me understanding of where you at. And he's like, well, here's where I'm at. Here's where I am. I said, well, where are you at in terms of returning right here where we at? And he said, 80%.
So 80%,
okay,
he's going to return to the Lakers when you had this first conversation. How long ago was it?
Weeks ago. I mean,
So
look at Rich Paul, bro. He not even looking Max Kellerman in the eyes because he's lying. He's lied about the money. Yes, he's lying about the money. He's lying about everything. He's lying. None of this is believable. None of this is believable, man. You gotta be a damn fool to believe this, man. You gotta be a damn fool. Because if it wasn't about the money, then why didn't you just go back with the Lakers? Play for the vet minimum. If it's not about the money. Like the sequence of events that they're trying to tell us is just not believable. I can't believe it. It's not real. It's not a realistic thing. I'm sorry. I can't go for it. You're not finna fool me. So now he at 80%. 80% he's going to go back to the Lakers. Let's listen to see how it dwindled and why it dwindled. 80%. Come on, bro.
He's 80% likely to return.
Several weeks ago. Yeah. And then as the time went on, he thought about things more. It kind of went down and down and down.
So
50%.
You're checking
30%.
in. He's like, now I'm down to 60% or whatever it is, returning to the Lakers or whatever that percentage.
Yeah. And once he got to a place to where he said, listen, man, I understand where things are and I get it. I know that's where I could probably make the most money. But for me, where I'm at today, it's probably not the best thing for me to do. I probably will just go from that. So and I said, "Are you 100% sure?" And he said, "Yes, I'm 100% sure that that's not a place I would want to return."
So in the meantime, you're
And
calling him. I'm 80% likely to go. A couple days later, you're checking in. The percentage has gone down.
Listen, I don't believe none of this, but let's, for the sake of this conversation, let's just say this is what happened. Why do you think the percentages kept going down? 80%, 70, 60, 50. Why do you think it kept going down? It kept going down. Like I said, I don't believe this bullshit, but let's just say this is what happened. It kept going down because he realized the Lakers were moving on from him. He realized he wasn't a priority. Now, I think he should have realized that a year ago, and I'm going to play that video. What happened a year ago? I'm going to play that video. A year ago, he should have recognized, yo, the Lakers are not prioritizing me. They are prioritizing Luka Doncic, which is the smart move to do. They don't really care about me. And I have such a big ego. I need a team to care about me. At the age of 42 years old, I think we're forgetting about that. The man is old as hell. The man is old as hell. How do you think you are still a priority at the age of 42? Putting up 26 and 7, which are good numbers. But as a number one option, you can't put up 26 and 7. Just looking at those numbers, you can't do it. That's second, third option. And second and third is not number one. So yes, the Lakers, they didn't prioritize you. They're building for their future, and you're not a part of their future, which is why I said, bro, this should have been your last year. You should have seen the writing on the wall a year ago. You're a smart man. Rich Paul, you're a smart man. At least that's how you try to portray yourself. You should have been prepared. But you know what? They were prepared. They were prepared. They were prepared to swing a narrative. That's what they were preparing for. That makes sense, right? They knew a year ago the Lakers were not going to re-sign LeBron James. So step by step, they created this narrative that, you know what? When that time come, when free agency 2026 come, you know what? I'm not going back to Los Angeles. Nah, I'm not going back. I'm choosing to leave. That was pre-planned a year ago. That makes more sense than this. It was 80%. Then it's 60%. Like, nah, bro. I see through the bullshit. I see through it. Sense. And if it doesn't make sense, I will call it out.
I'm 100% out.
Yeah, and I double and triple check, like, are you sure, so on and so forth. And
What
he
changed?
said,
It
yeah. He
doesn't
said,
seem like so. If he's 80% likely to, so how does his happiness affect it? He's already aware of all the circumstances.
I don't know, Max. That's a good question, and I didn't. When these type of things take place, I didn't want to dive in it too much.
He didn't want to dive. He's lying. He didn't want to dive into it too much, bro. You're his agent. You need to know what's going on with your client. But beyond being his agent, you're one of his best friends. Supposedly, right? You're one of his best friends. So even if you don't want to tell us, I would respect that more than you saying, I didn't want to dive into. Bro, even for your own sake, you need to know, hey man, what's going on? What happened? He knows what's going on. He just don't want to tell us, which is fine. But just don't lie in my face. Don't lie to the public. Don't do it. I see right through it. And I'm trying to let you guys, the audience, know that this is just straight BS. Don't listen to these people. You can't. You can't listen to them, man. It's just blatantly obvious that they're lying. They're trying to concoct this whole narrative. I don't know why they care so much. I don't know why they care so much, but they care.
And when you talk about the happiness of it all versus the team, that can get a little convoluted there. So I didn't want to. I'm just like, okay, I just want to know, because if I have to set the table, and this is one of the teams that's out, that are actually in, and then now they're out. Well, there's two parts that come to this. I also have to place the call, because that team has to have an understanding of it, and they have to go on and do their business as well. And so the one thing we definitely wanted to do was be conscious of that and be respectful to the organization
So
in
you
that
called
manner. Because
Pelinka?
so Rob and I, and Rob and I, we talked. The first day that they could talk to their own player, I talked to him and JJ. We talked, and we forward a conversation, and there was Republics about something like that, and we were trying to figure out what that looks like and get things aligned. And it just got to a place to where Brown was like, there doesn't really need to be a meeting.
Did
This
they
is
make
where
an
I'm
offer?
at.
Did the Lakers extend an offer?
There didn't need to be one. There wasn't a place to where.
Of course, they didn't need to make an offer because there was no offer for them to make. Why would they give that man an offer? Number one, their number one priority was locking up Austin Reeves. He has to be a number one priority. They invested so much into Austin Reeves, they would have been stupid to let him go. They had to give him that money. They had to give him that money. So yes, Austin Reeves was priority number one. Once they locked up Austin Reeves, okay, you got Luka, you got Austin Reeves. That's your 1-2 duo. I respect the duo. I like the duo. We saw what the duo can do in the beginning of last season when LeBron James was out with sciatica. That duo, they was doing their thing. And the front office saw that. They only needed 10 games to show their potential without LeBron James. That's all they needed. Anything else that happened in the season, it's a wash. Because in those first 10 games, you saw the potential. Whoa. Austin Reeves just took another level that we were not expecting. Yeah, we can build on this. We can build on this. Everybody saw it. Luka saw it. LeBron saw it. The writing was on the wall last season. LeBron came back. He messed everything up. He messed it up. He messed the flow up. So that's why all of this is BS, because they knew a year ago. They knew a year ago the Lakers weren't fucking with LeBron no more. It's okay. Y'all had a great run. He brought y'all a championship. But they still got to control the narrative. They still got to control the narrative. And that's what bothers me the most about this whole thing, bro. Why do y'all care about narrative so much? Why is that such a big deal to you guys? Why? I don't get it. I'll never get it. You too grown, bro. You too old to be caring about narrative. It's weird, bro. It's so weird. So I wanted to kind of break down that Rich Paul video, right? So there's another video I'm going to play by Ramona Shelburne. She basically broke down what I just said a year ago. It was already written. It was already written. They did not have LeBron in their plans. It was already written. You'll have to be a fool to prioritize LeBron James at 42 years old. You will have to be a fool. So let me play this video because she broke it down real quick.
And Rob Pelinka took Luka Doncic and his manager, Laura Vestager, to lunch at Craig's and Melrose. And if you know Craig's at all, if you go in through the front door, there's going to be a lot of paparazzi outside. So Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick showed up, and Rob had a big binder in his hand. And at that meeting, they laid out their plans. And that was to convince Luka Doncic to sign that extension that he ended up signing with him. But in those plans,
Yeah, my bad.
And Rob Pelinka took Luka Doncic and his manager, Laura Seeger, to lunch at Craig's and Melrose. And if you know Craig's at all, if you go in through the front door, there's going to be a lot of paparazzi outside. So Rob meeting, they laid out their plans. And that was to convince Luka Doncic to sign that extension that he ended up signing with him. But in those plans did not include LeBron James. They had salary cap space starting this summer. Now, LeBron played incredible last season. I think the plan was to build the team around Luka Doncic. And so if he doesn't give that answer, we're back to where they were with the binder in front of Luka at Craig's. And Rob Pelinka took Luka Doncic.
That's all, bro. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Yo, a year ago, they talked to Luka Doncic and they said, yo, this is the plan. We're building around you. You're the franchise. You're the franchise cornerstone at the age of 26. I think that's how old Luka is. He's in his prime. So why would LeBron James be a priority is my question. You could not have prioritized LeBron James. That would have been malpractice to do that. They knew about this a year ago. This is what I think the game plan was for the Los Angeles Lakers. This is the game plan. This was the game plan, which they just executed. I see it. You lock up Austin Reeves, priority number one. They did that. Priority number two, you wasn't going to re-sign LeBron James at that very moment. What you were going to do was fill out the roster. And we're going to get into this article written by Dave McMenamin. We're going to get into this article. The name of the article is, hold on, I got it queued up. The 35-minute off-season overhaul of the Los Angeles Lakers. They retooled their team in 35 minutes. We're going to get into that article. They were picking up players left and right within the span of 35 minutes. They had their plan. It was already written. It was already written. They had their plan. So with that money that they're saving from LeBron James, they saved $50 million. They got their defensive anchor center in Walker Kessler. They picked up another person who's able to score the basketball and create shots on his own, Quentin Grimes. I like Quentin Grimes. They picked up pieces. They picked up valuable pieces. Yo, you can cover up 26-7. You can fill that void up with 2, 3, 4 different types of players. And you don't have the gravity of LeBron James in your circle, because LeBron James, when he comes to your team, he takes over the team. You have to cater to his personality. It's always been like that. Why does this man have a handshake with every single one of his teammates? Why does this man have a handshake with every single one of his teammates, bro? You have to adapt to him. At the age of 19, 20, 21, the moment he came into the league, he took over your whole team. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate that. He takes over your entire team. That's what he do. He deserve it. I get it. LeBron got a big personality. At the age of 42, LeBron James got a big personality. That's never going away. I get it. But the Lakers were done with him. They were done. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm just looking at this BS that the media is trying to cover for him, and I see it, and I got to call it out. I got to call it out. So Ramona Shelburne, she basically broke that down. Yo, Lakers, they were prioritizing Luka Doncic, And basically there was no room for LeBron James. Now, this next video I'm going to play, Colin Cowherd. This basically sums up everything I've been saying. It sums it up in 2 minutes. I'm going to play the video in its entirety. He did a great job. And he said he has sources. So what he said, I can take it as a fact. I can take it as a fact. He broke it down amazing in 2 minutes. Everything I'm saying, he broke it down in 2 minutes.
The Lakers did this the right way. These new owners from the Dodgers know what they're doing. They didn't want to sign him. I don't think Pelinka and Jeannie Buss would have had the courage or the foresight to let him walk. Jeannie Buss didn't want any bad PR. She's, in the community in L.A., everybody's friend. Everybody loves Jeannie. Would she have had the guts to let him walk? I don't believe so. Guts, courage, whatever you want to call it. She has the business savvy. I don't think she would have done it for the brand in kind of honor of her late father, the brand, the Lakers. But this ownership group has let Cody Bellinger go and Manny Machado go and Trey Turner go with great players in baseball. So they didn't want to re-sign LeBron. They really didn't. I trust my sources. They didn't want to do it, but they didn't want to be bullies. They didn't want to be like, hey, get out of here. Rich Paul, don't want to alienate Rich Paul. You want to let Rob Pelinka deserves credit. He allows Rich Paul to at least publicly win. Rich Paul and LeBron announced they've got a lot of options. And Rob Pelinka can, get the dirt sandwich for a day. Everybody behind the scenes knows what's going on here. But Pelinka has a new contract. He's got the backing of the Dodger, now Laker owners. This is a smart move by Rob. This is hey, I guarantee them, this is what they've been talking about for a week. Lakers and LeBron weren't talking. Hey, how do we make this land so we don't crap on Rich Paul, who could have great players that we want to sign? We want to let this be dignified for Rich Paul and LeBron. They know a lot of people in the league, a lot of tentacles, a lot of relationships. Let's not crap on them. Let's let them win the PR game today.
That's it. That's it. That's it. The Lakers front office finally showed some balls. It finally happened. And it took new ownership for it to happen. And not only is it new ownership, but they got credibility. The owners of the Los Angeles Lakers are the owners of the Los Angeles Dodgers. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. And LeBron knew this as soon as it was new ownership. He lost control. That's why this whole, this just happened a couple weeks ago and LeBron was feeling like this. Man, come on, bro. Stop it. He knew this was his last hurrah with the Los Angeles Lakers, which is why I don't understand why this couldn't be his last hurrah in the NBA. It should have been. We got to see this man in another NBA jersey, bro. We got to see this man in another NBA jersey. This shit isn't even organic. None of this is organic. None of this is fun. It's so inauthentic. I can't stand inauthenticity. I can't stand it. It bothers me. Bro, I feel you, bro. Listen, I couldn't imagine what those 8 years would have been like for me, bro. I think it was a little bit of excitement early on, and then even the bubble championship, like I said, I don't want to disrespect the championship, but y'all remember COVID, bro. COVID was a damn shit show. You had to walk around with a mask on, bro. Listen, I'm in Chicago. The whole city was shut down. Me and my homie, we had to fly to Atlanta because Atlanta was open. Bro, I like to go outside. I couldn't do shit. And the fucking bubble, bro, in fucking Disney World. Come on, man. I don't want to disrespect the championship, but if there was ever a championship that needed an asterisk, that's number one. That has to be number one. Number two is probably 1999 when it was only 50 games and the Spurs beat the Knicks. If you want to put an asterisk there, I kind of get it. But they played 50 games. There was crowds in the arenas. You had home court advantage. You had to go on the road. That bubble championship, man. Come on, bro. Come on now. Come on now. We can't act so naive to this situation, bro. We can't do it. I can't do it. I see through the BS. And I'm always gonna call out the BS. Let me pull this up because I got a whole bunch of things in my Twitter favorites that I was prepared. I'm telling you, I was prepared for this live, and it's crazy that I did this whole live yesterday and I didn't put myself on stage. I'm pissed off about that, but that's neither here nor there. I'm back here, bro. Didn't nobody even care about that damn? They didn't care about the damn bubble. They didn't care about the bubble, and the Lakers and LeBron James took advantage. I respect it. They took advantage, but they didn't even have a damn parade. That's why, if you're a Laker fan, you can't really gravitate towards that damn championship. You can't. You have to watch it on your TV screen. You couldn't even go outside and like experience it, bro. When the Bulls won them championships, you go outside and you can smell the championship. I can't make this up, bro. The moment you step outside, you can see it, you can smell it. Your team just won a championship. That shit wasn't happening in LA during the bubble. That shit was so whack, bro. Y'all know it was whack. Y'all know it was whack. So look, I had to say this. This is crazy. 8 years of greatness in LA. This is LeBron James' resume in Los Angeles. This is his resume. 2019, when he first got there, they missed the playoffs. 2020, bubble ring. I just talked about that. So you win the ring in a bubble. The next year, first round exit. Damn, the first round? You just won a championship. What the hell happened? If LeBron James and Anthony Davis is on your team, I don't care what the surrounding pieces are. You should at least make it past the first round, right? It's the least you can do. 2022, they missed the play-in game. Yo, what the hell is going on? What a fall from grace. What a crazy fall from grace. You missed the damn play-in? That's crazy. 2023, swept in the conference finals. They got swept. They didn't win a game. You made it to the Western Conference Finals and you got swept. 2024, first round exit. 2025, first round exit. 2026, swept in the second round. How can I call that successful? How could you call that successful? And this is the thing, right? I see a lot of people say, well, if LeBron James wasn't successful with the Los Angeles Lakers, then Jokic wasn't successful with the Denver Nuggets, and Giannis wasn't successful with the Milwaukee Bucks because they only won one championship. Bro, come on now. We're smarter than that. At least I would think you'll be smarter than that. You really comparing the Los Angeles Lakers to Denver Nuggets and Milwaukee Bucks, bro. Them two franchises. No disrespect. You can't compare them to the Lakers. There's always going to be high expectations for the Lakers. That's just what it is. If you a superstar and you go to LA, the bare minimum is you got to win a championship just for them not to disrespect you. You have to win one championship. If Luka Doncic doesn't win a championship in LA, he will be disrespected as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. He will be. That's just how it's set up in that one city. That's the only city where it works out at. Maybe if you can argue Boston, I'll listen to you if you want to argue Boston. Like, yo, you a superstar, or you turned into a superstar in Boston, you got to win a championship. Paul Pierce, he won a championship. Kevin Garnett, when he got there, they won a championship. Jason Tatum, he got the monkey off his back. He's forever cemented as a Boston legend because he won a championship. That's the bare minimum. The bare minimum. What they really expect is multiple championships. That's what you have to do in LA. Nothing else matters but championships. No ifs, ands about it. So that's why you talking about this damn bubble championship. Come on, man. Them fans couldn't even get the full experience. They couldn't. Man, this is crazy. So, what I'm going to do next, I'm going to go through this article, this Dave McMenamin ESPN article. The title of the article is the 35-minute offseason overhaul of the Los Angeles Lakers. So, in this article, Dave McMenamin says, here are the 6 biggest questions stemming from the Lakers roster overhaul. It was 6. I'm going to talk about 2 of them. I kind of talked about the first one already, but I'm going to talk about 2 of them. Hold on for 1 second. Hold on for 2 seconds, y'all. Oh, shit. Hold on. This is the article, y'all. Wait, hold on. I'm tweaking. Hold on. Okay, I hope it's still working, but this is the article. So, why did LeBron leave the Lakers? I got to answer that first and foremost. I got to. Why did LeBron leave the Lakers? After James informed the Lakers of his decision, a source familiar with the 41-year-old's thinking told ESPN that James felt it was time to move on. Hey, I'm not mad at that sentiment. I'm not mad at that sentiment. That works. That makes sense. It was time to move on. I wish they would have stopped right there, but no, they got to add some sauce to everything. While James had a chance to decompress in the 6 weeks since the Lakers were swept out of the playoffs in the second round by the Oklahoma City Thunder, James came to the conclusion that he wanted to extend his career playing meaningful, competitive basketball, according to the source, and welcomed a change. Bro, the Lakers, they just made it to the second round in the Western Conference. That's meaningful basketball. That's meaningful basketball. What are you talking about? Getting to the second round in the Western Conference is nothing to be disrespectful. It's not disrespectful. We know how hard the West is. They got to the second round. They beat the Houston Rockets. That's competitive basketball. LeBron James, you were able to play with your son in the NBA playoffs. That should have been meaningful. What are you talking about, bro? The hell are you talking about? What other team do you think you're gonna? Oh my God, this man is so frustrating. This man is so frustrating. You were playing meaningful basketball in LA. You live in LA. You didn't even want the Lakers to like retool the roster to see what the roster was going to turn into, and then you signed for the vet minimum. Like, come on, man. The Lakers didn't want you. Tell the truth. The Lakers didn't want you. It's cool. You had a great run with them. It's so crazy. Let me finish this. There was no personal rift between James and Doncic. Multiple team sources told ESPN. Why would there be a rift? Your team was able to acquire the top 3 player in the league. You always want to play with the best players. Why would there even be considered the rift? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why would it be a rift? While they worked through growing pains on the court as 2 ball dominant players, they got along and respected one another off of it. Come on, bro. There was more of a disconnect between James and the organization, sources said. One that started during the Doom 2021-22 season following the Russell Westbrook trade and never fully recovered. Bro, these are facts. LeBron and Anthony Davis wanted Russell Westbrook, bro. It's documented. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? That's what you wanted. You wanted Russell Westbrook. The front office wanted Buddy Hield because the Lakers needed shooting. But they got Russell Westbrook instead because that's what you wanted. That's the thing about LeBron. He never stand on business. It's always somebody else's fault. It's always somebody else's fault. Never takes responsibility. He's so frustrating, bro. This is the second part of the article I want to address because he presents this question. After years of LeBron and Anthony Davis pleading for a center, why did the Lakers wait to acquire one until now? It's simple. Anthony Davis, you're a center. You're the center. Why don't you never want to play center, bro? This isn't back in the 80s or 90s where you had to bang in the post. It's not those days. These ain't the old days, bro. You got centers today. The only 2 major centers that really bang it out is probably Joel Embiid and Jokic. For the most part, you got finesse centers. You got power forwards playing centers. Cat plays power forward basically. Bam plays power forward basically, but they play center because they so big. Bro, this isn't Patrick Ewing, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon days, bro. You could survive. That's so crazy. It always give out an excuse. You the center, bro. You an all-star. You scared to play center? Why are you so scared, bro? I never understood that. This man was scared to play center. In today's NBA, it's nothing to be scared about. Don't nobody bang. No homo. It's not like that. So yeah, they want you to play center. They got rid of you. They got in Luka, and now we can bring in a center to take your spot. You don't want to play center? All right, we'll bring somebody in to play center. Bro, come on, stop acting so scary. You from the city. Why the hell are you so scary? Why the hell are you acting so damn scared to play center, man? Listen, the media, the LeBron James media, I gotta call it out. It's just blatantly in my face. It's too blatant in my face. I gotta call it out, bro. I gotta call it out. Well, maybe not play it, but this is I guess this is the whiteboard that just dropped today. I'm gonna put this up. So I guess this is LeBron James and the teams he's willing to go to. It's funny that they think they got so much power and they could just do what they want to do. But they feel like every team in the NBA wants them. All right, whatever. It's cool. Let me see if I can pull this up. Uh, Stop screen. Hold on. All right, my bad. All right, hold on. I'm pulling it up. My bad. Add to stage. I'll just have some patience with me. Okay. So I guess this is this is a whiteboard of teams and players that LeBron James has a quote unquote realistic destinations. Let me look at this real quick because apparently they feel like they run everything, right? So you got LeBron James in the middle, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams that he's going to be connected to. The first team I see is the Philadelphia 76ers. You got Maxey, you got VJ, they just acquired Brown, and they got Embiid. So that's an option. Okay, LeBron can go to Philadelphia. I don't see it happening, but okay, sure. Then you got LeBron going back to Miami. You got Mitchell, not Donovan Mitchell, but the point guard Mitchell, Wiggins, Giannis, and Bam. Who the hell is going to shoot the ball? How the hell would that work? That lane will be clogged up so badly, bro. They don't have no shooting. It's not going to work. That would be crazy. And I know Giannis don't want to play with no damn LeBron James. He'll be pissed off. That damn circus. Giannis say what's on his mind. He ain't going to like that. He's not going to like that at all. Then you got LeBron connected to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Do you really think LeBron James will live in Minnesota? Just off back, that's the first thing that come to my mind. Living conditions. Minnesota? It's crazy talk. You got Ant. You got. Do you think LaMelo Ball and LeBron James could play together? Let me say that one more time. Do you think LeBron James and LaMelo Anthony can play basketball together at a high level? Nah, that's crazy talk to me. LeBron James connected to Denver Nuggets. What? Like this, we gotta be realistic, bro. We gotta be realistic. All of this is just to keep LeBron James in the public eye and just have people talking like me. They got it. They win. I'm talking about LeBron James. I'm dedicating a full hour to LeBron James. They doing their job. I get it. They doing their damn job. And lastly, you got him connected to Cleveland. That's not listen. Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and LeBron James are 3 ball dominant players. They need to. They have to have the ball in their hands in order for it to work. It doesn't work when you have 3 ball dominant players. It never will work. The most you can have is 2. You have 2 ball dominant players, you can work it out. That's why I think the Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves tandem can work. LeBron James was the odd man out. Come on now. Think about it. So I'm not going to lie. I have no idea where LeBron is going to go. I have no idea. I wish that man would go home, but apparently he still want to play basketball. So I almost gave y'all an hour. Like I said, I messed up yesterday. I didn't put myself on stage. I made sure I'm on stage now. I see myself on stage. And I just had to point out the media and how they basically lie for LeBron. I had to do it. So I'm going to sign off now. The people that came into the building, I appreciate it. I really do. Hopefully you hit the like button. Hopefully you hit the subscribe button. I truly appreciate the support. Happy 4th of July weekend. I will try to drop some content today. We will see. It's a lot going on in the WNBA. It's a lot going on in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, that's kind of has been my focus. We'll see if I'm able to drop some content. But I gave y'all at least a live stream. I had to talk about LeBron. So, like I said, I think my next live stream, it has to be when he actually chooses a team. Hopefully, it's within the next week and a half. It shouldn't take that long. So, it's either gonna be 3 teams. Like, come on now. It's either gonna be going back home to Cleveland, going back to Miami. Wait, they didn't even have Golden State on this damn team. Hold on. They didn't even have him connected to Golden State. So he just not finna go to Golden State? Man, this is crazy. This is wild. This man LeBron James is so funny. Rich Paul, Clutch Sports, they are hilarious. This is hilarious. La Media. Gotta call him La Media. This is crazy, bro. All right, I'm gonna sign out. Like I said, have a happy 4th of July weekend. I will try to drop some content, but if not, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. All right, thank y'all.